internship at Lilly Pulitzer in South Park. Lilly Pulitzer started in the 1950s in Palm Beach, and we now have 35 retail stores in America. This summer, I focused on operations, events, and visuals in the store. First, I worked a lot with operations, so I worked in the back of the store. I worked in the back stock a lot. When we get new shipments in the store, we would get POs the day before, and I had to make sure we got everything that we're supposed to, count all the boxes. I would have to check them in, and then I have to go through all the boxes and pull a size run of everything. Transfers are when something in our store isn't selling and it's selling better in another store. So I would have to pull everything off the floor. I had to have the exact amount that corporate sent us, and I'd have to send it to the next store. Pullbacks is when something in our store didn't sell good and we have to pull it back and put it in a box and send it to the others back to corporate. Visuals was one of my favorite parts working with. I worked with prepping for floor sets, so we would get new arrivals every 2 weeks in the store, and I would work on putting in prints going where, the new clothes going where they should go. I worked a lot with fixturing, so taking down shelves and building them back up. Mannequins, so I would have to dress each mannequin with all the new stuff. So each time before floor set, I would have to undress the mannequins to get ready for the floor set the next day. Next is an image of after one of our floor sets. So this is when we got a bunch of black things for the winter, and we would have to put all the black things together on one side of the store and the navies on the other side of the store. A few days before our floor set, we would get emails from the visual manager of Lilly, and she would send us pictures of where prints should go where and what print stores she would want to go together in our store. So we would really have to follow what she wanted to do. Next is another picture of in the store. This is our front window. This is just an example of how we put up slicks on the wall. So we had a GWP that weekend for Lily's 60th birthday, one events in our store, and we gave away suitcases and towels. And this is just another example of how I dressed the mannequins and put them in the window for people to see. The next picture is a panorama of our store. After each floor set, we would have to send it to our visual manager to make sure that she liked it, everything, how we put it out in the store. Before floor sets, we would have to draw up pictures of where we wanted each print to go. So here's an example of what we had to draw up and have, like, swim goes where, the name of each print. So we put, like, the 60 animal print in the front, and this just really shows, like, how we really draw out, so we have a plan before we did floor sets the next day. Next, events. I had a lot of fun doing that. We did a lot of promos in the store, so like gifts of purchases. Our big one was when Lily's 60th birthday, so we did suitcases. So for Lily's 60th birthday, we had to do a call campaign. So I was in charge of that. I had a list of our top customers, and I had to call all of them, let them know about what was going on in the store that day, and if they wanted to, that I could already do a pre-sale for them and they could purchase already what they wanted to make sure they got their gifts. We did a lot of promotions in our store to help sell things. So we would have cups, we had mugs, we had beach towels. It's very popular. Next is our biggest event in the store that we do, and it's the breast cancer awareness fashion show. So in October we get a lot of pink things in our store. So we have a fashion show, and this year we had Kiss 95 Lauren come in. We had a budget of $1,000, and she was $1,000 for it. We had 25 breast cancer awareness survivors in the fashion show, so you had to be dealing with breast cancer or stuff like that. And she came and talked. We had to give her an outfit to wear, so that was in her contract. Kiss 95 won. Talked about it on the radio that week. They talked about it on Facebook. They promoted it on Instagram that day, and they videotaped it. And here are just some pictures of what it looks like. We did in the middle of the store. Next, I did interviews. So this whole summer, I interviewed all the new coming people. So we have 60 days at first that people come in, because summer is our busiest time of the year. So I would have to interview them, and if I liked them, I got to train them. In our interview, we had a sheet of paper, and we could only say what was on there. We couldn't say anything off of what was on the sheet because we didn't want to get sued. When I trained them, I had to teach them how to work like the fitting room, the wrap up the gifts and everything, how to talk to customers, how to welcome them into the store, how to work our registers, and a bunch of the operations and little things.